Come, let me give you a little bun with the cheese too. Basie. My friend.
Go on.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite line. I'm sorry. I understand your part as the male in the song, but yeah, Tiffo wins with that line right there. Come, let me get like a bun with the cheese, so no.
So Tiffo go on, man. I think she go on with all the time, man.
But I particularly love this collaboration because it's more than just a collaboration with Basie and Tifa. It's also a collaboration with Basie, Tifa on a rhythm done by our own legendary Red Rat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And Pascal, his wife. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Red Rat, so me and Red Rat have a whole heap of history, and I know he's been producing for many years. So when we made a link and said we're going to work on this project, I was pretty excited. And then, to have Tifa on the track as well is also a blessing because I rate Tifa like that. So everybody that came in on the track is also a blessing to me,
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, I find, a lot of the older members of the dancehall fraternity really are trying to keep it in the fun zone. Even those who were doing Badman lyrics back then, it's like everybody's trying to avoid that right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's what dancehall is all about, is energy and its vibes. Yeah. And, especially if the world is already a violent place, then music should be a nice escape from that,
Yeah, change up the energy. So speaking of changing up the energy, I mean, you've literally been on the go. You were up in the field farming for a while. Then all of a sudden you just took off and started flying everywhere again. I mean, hey, catch me up, Basie. What's happening here?
Yeah, the King Bass album is out now, I mean, that's the real thing that I'm pushing right now. It's the second solo album. It's Basie returning to dancehall, returning to the bass voice, returning to music for the girls them, and just up-tempo, good energy music. So yeah, the album is out now. We have a lot of features on it, and the first single is doing well. And right now I'm just touring and promoting it.
Which one is considered the first single?
The first single is a track called Moolah. I think you dropped it a few times.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm looking in my inbox to see which one you're gonna call. So yeah, I got the first one. Yes.
You've been. Yeah. Thank you for the support. I know you've been playing it for me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And the feedback has been really good because Moolah is, even though it's the new modern version of dancehall where the youth them are moved to, it still have some top production. It still have a flavor that is, for me, what I try to do is blend the worlds. Like, I'm all for the new energy, and I'm also representing from my old, I shouldn't say old, but more like the foundation.
I catch myself doing that too.
Yeah,
old.
Yeah, like, the other stuff that we used to do before.
We are refined for the refined, like fine wine. For the refined, Basie.
Exactly. Right. So it's mixing those worlds, and I feel like Moolah, especially the song and the video, captures that energy.
I wonder how fast Jeffrey can pull up the video. I mean, for all that you just said, I like to, put it a little bit closer together and just call it a spade. It's you being creative in your creative zone, experimenting with the music however you feel like. And
Exactly. That's it basically.
Let's go. Moolah.
Yeah.
I got down, is it?
That's right. Moolah Basie is on the line. Basie, B-A-Y dash with a C. How did you come up with that name anyway? How did that become your name?
Well, initially, when we're, TOK and we're performing, and I would do the bass talking and the bass, it's like Boyz II Men, and the girls would scream, and they were
of course. I was one of them. Let me just admit, in my teen years, I had TOK posters on my wall. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man.
I did.
I appreciate it. No, I'm the fan of you. Look at that. Look at us now. Look at us now.
The world turns, I mean, but, I like how it evolves. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people enter the music business. And when you enter just for the fame part, you forget the other elements, and those are the ones that you find the most peace in. Like, if you're coming, like you elaborate on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think if you enter the game for fame, the fame will always fade, but there's more depth to the whole experience. And if you make connections with people and you stay grounded, those land, I would say, last a lifetime, you know what I mean? And so for me, what it was is, even though, I was experiencing all these great accolades and all of this everything, all the perks, all these things that come with being famous. I never lost myself. I always felt like I wanted to be able to see any of my friends from high school, and I never ever want them to say, "Oh, this is a different person." So I've always stayed grounded, and I think it's easier when you're in a group, because no matter how much one person feel like they're the man, there are three other members that's there who can say, "Calm down." But when you're a solo artist now, it's like all of it can get to your head, and you have your yes man around you, and everybody just boosting the ego, and you can lose sight of the things that really matter. So for me, I've been blessed where even now coming out with this new project, the love that I'm getting, I know it's love, genuine love. It's genuine people who say, "Yo, I rate you, I love your work ethic, I rate your talent, I rate your voice, and I'm gonna help you push this to the farthest that you can go." And I think that's what music is about, is really connecting with people.
Absolutely. If you love music, stay the course. I'm absolutely going to stay my course, but I don't understand what Tough Guy. I didn't hear it yet, but I'm trying to figure out. Tough Guy, Basie? What's this about?
All right, so Tough Guy, just like when TOK just came out and it's like Enough Boy posed like a shatter.
Oh,
then
bad man,
it's kind of like a lot of people pretend to be tough guys. Actually, the title came from a Drink Champs episode I saw with Pharrell.
Really?
And Pharrell was like, "I'm not a tough guy. If you do bad around me, I'm calling the feds. I'm the first person that has feds." And so I love the term tough guy. So what we are saying is, some of them pretend to be tough guys, but they're not tough guys, And this is with the full TOK group, so it's also quite interesting. It's don't know, we still have to always represent street, so it's street music, but it's saying, a lot of them out there pretend to be tough.
On the flip side, for sure. The album is called King Bass. We have Basie on the line, a Bridge 99 exclusive. Here's Tough Guy.
Listen,
if you play with the video and you don't give me like a beast of a video for this song right here, I'ma fight you. Like, I'ma fight you. Like, literally, I'ma put on my boxing gloves, and I've been training. I've been training. I want a video listen.
I got you. I got you.
Don't play with it. Oh, I love it. I'm sorry. I get amped when I hear it. It's the melody that I'm just like, I like how the years gone by, and it's the melody. It still sounds just the way I remember it. That's TOK right there. That's them together. That's crazy. And you guys have separated. You've gone separate ways. You've kind of said, and then, I mean, how? Talk to me. It's a group. You guys have different
personalities. The process of making this record?
Of this record, of bringing and keeping the melody, of not dropping that ball, even though you guys went separate ways for a little bit. I know you toured together and did shows, but you were really doing separate things for a while.
Right. Yeah. We're basically doing solo stuff, but okay, so for me, when I decided to do this album, because it was basically returning to the bass vocal persona of TOK, I felt like it had to have TOK references or TOK themselves on it. So there's a track on the album called Zena. I do a little piece of record. I have a track with a guy called Kalash, a big French dancehall artist. I'll do a little remake of Shaky Bam Bam on it. But for this one, I had the beat from a long time, and I basically wrote the song, wrote the hook, wrote a few verses, and then humbly approached the group like, "Yo, dudes, I do my album now. Wouldn't mind have a feature for me on it." And everybody's like, "Yo, let's go right away." And so I sent it out to everybody, and everybody recorded their vocals separately. But when you gotta be kidding me. It just sound like we're in the studio together.
There's no way. You did that separate?
Yeah, everybody did their part separately and sent it in. It's also produced by one of my very good friends from Italy, the biggest Italian dancehall group called Suit Sound System. And so he also understood the context of a group, and we have a lot of music with him as well in Italy. So he also made sure to mix it and master it the right way to make it just sound like the authentic TOK. But everybody did their own thing. It was done in the middle of the Corona time, so it wasn't like we were traveling and in the studio together.
Well,
but it,
I tell you what, it definitely sounds like you were, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of us TOK fans that's going to be demanding more TOK after this right here on the King Bass album. It's the King Bass album. You can get it, stream it. I mean, just run. What videos for which songs are out now for it? I know
so
Moolah.
Moolah,
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said don't play with the video, because this first single Moolah, I actually shot a video for it before, and it was a substandard to the song in my opinion, and the team. And even though I had to take the hit, I was watching Kanye's documentary, and I realized that I learned so much from him in terms of he shot Jesus Walks video like 2 or 3 times till he got it the right way. And I felt like, if it's your art and you really believe in this art and it's gonna be around even after we pass on, then we have to put the best foot forward with every piece of the art. And so the video is really, really banging. If you see the new version of the video, the only video that's out, I didn't release the old one. It's so fresh. I'm like, this is exactly what I needed for the reintroduction of bass to the market. So people, if you want so inclined, go check it out on the YouTube. It bad. The video for Moolah by Bassy, it bad. I can stand firm behind that now and say it bad, because we'll make sure do the thing the right way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Tell me one of your most epic moments for TOK, and one of your most, I would say, I wouldn't say epic, but I would say one of your moments as just Bassy standing on his own 2 feet, that was special to you.
All right, so for TOK, there are a lot of epic moments, but I think for me, it was the first time I went to Africa with the group, to Zimbabwe, to Kenya.
I'm about to
Nairobi.
drop off this chair. Bassy. Bassy. I'm taking a plane in 2 weeks. I'm staying out there for a couple of weeks. And this is the first time I've ever gone where I'm just going to go. I'm going to bring the show there, but the first week is just me. So tell me what I got to do when I'm out there. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but continue, because I'm stupid excited.
I mean, that was like, 15 years ago, so I don't know what's the thing to do now. But for me, the first thing I did was step out of the hotel and go across the road to the park and take up some soil and put in a bag and said, I'm going home with a piece of my motherland.
My gosh.
And it was very significant to me and symbolic because of our history as a people, so that was very monumental for me. We also eventually, after the show, we went on the safari, so to really see the lion and the giraffe. I mean, we talk about giraffe and we might see giraffes in the zoo, but like when you see a giraffe, you're like, yo, this is really tall. Like, it's a really tall animal. So those things stood up for me. The concert was crazy. It was sold out. Some girls fainted and the security was harsh, and we had to take some girls. The crowd was pushing the front row so hard that some girls were getting squeezed on the fence, and we had to take them off, bring them upstage on the stage to get them some space. So it was very monumental as a concert for TOK. For me solo now, I would say I've had a few monumental moments solo as well. I've been blessed, but the main thing for me was the first concert I did by myself in Germany. And what it was for the years that I've been in TOK, I've never been nervous before a show. And it's the first time I'm feeling nervous. And I'm like, why am I nervous? And it's not like I don't know how to move the crowd, but I wasn't sure of how they would react. And let me tell you, Nikki, you see when I take the microphone, I'm going to say, yo. And the voice, the big, dirty, stinking bass voice, go through the whole club, and girls start beat down the wall, girls scream, and I just hear God. I hear God say to me, say, don't you ever doubt the voice that I gave you. Yes, you're a part of an amazing group, but don't you ever doubt that bass voice when me give you. And I felt like for the moment, it was like I had gotten so used to being 25% of an amazing 100% of TOK that I had forgotten my 100%. Exactly. So that was really, really a life-changing moment for me, and having confidence in my journey and understanding that they're not mutually exclusive. You can't have TOK and Bassy. Bassy is an element of TOK, so they both need to coexist
together
harmoniously. No pun intended. So so it was a very special moment for me doing that show.
Man, I don't even know where to go from here, but to drop this, because it just means a lot. Like, I went to Kenya, but I DJ'd at Carnivore. So it was like I flew in, super tired, sleep, DJ at Carnivore. But I remember when I had to leave, it was like I just started hysterically crying. And I still, to this day, don't even know why. It's just like instant tears. And I'm like, okay, I've always wanted to go back since then and just be able to just breathe the air again to kind of get a better understanding of what that moment was. So I'm excited. You just sealed it even more. And I'm trying to get a night in the Giraffe Hotel, but that's like $800 a night. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'll go to the Safari next door where some of them be hanging out at. So
Okay.
let's drop this song. You got a song with Bounty Killer. Tell me about that.
All right, big up the Warlord, big mentor for me. A lot of how I DJ is influenced by Bounty Killer. And I also learned a lot as an artist from being amongst him to separate Rashawn Clark from Basie as he separates Rodney Price from Bounty Killer. Like Rodney's a really cool dude, you know, and I learned so much from being around him and other artists. So when I decided to do a solo album, I kind of wanted to make sure that I have him on it. And big up Riff Raff, the producer. He came to Berlin, he heard the album and he was like, yo, it's missing my touch. And he did the beat. We did a beat, we wrote the chorus in Berlin. We sent it over to Killer. And shout out to Esco as well that helped to make it happen. And he was really fast. I was surprised because he's working on so many different things, but he was like, yo, bass, I'm done. And him sent through the vocals. And right now it's getting such a good feedback on Spotify that we may need to shoot a video for this as well. You know, this might be the second single.
It was a question.
I'm trying to fit in his schedule because I know him have so much songs out now and him working. So as long as we can schedule it the right way between my promo and his thing, but definitely we need to do the video for that.
All right. Well, in the meantime, you could always, find a good animator and give us an awesome animated lyric video. I mean,
that's a good idea.
I have them sometimes. Sometimes.
So this is Badman Town. This is Badman Town, Bounty and
Badman
Basie.
Town, Bounty Killer and Basie. This one right here is called Badman Town. Like I said, Basie, and the album is called King Bass. This track features Bounty Killer. So many other tracks you need to check out right there on the album. Stream it. Spotify, Amazon, and of course request it on your favorite station. You know we already got it here on the bridge. Basie, we got to wrap it up, but before we go, tell everybody where they can follow you, keep up to date, and anything else you want the listeners to know.
All right. Basically people can check out the music on all of the digital platforms. It's fully available. Look out for NFTs coming around the project soon as well. Give me your feedback on Instagram. I'm always there, accessible. Basie Music, BAYC Music on all platforms, for all social media platforms. I hope you like the album. When I say king, you say bass. Just work with the king and we bring the bass, you see me?
Absolutely. Basie, follow him now, and we'll be back with more. It's The Bridge 99.